This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/butterscotch.
I'm Andy Walker from Butterscotch.com here at the Sony booth at CES 2011. I'm caught up with my old friend Sean Cassidy, not from the TV show, but he's the product manager for all the TVs at Sony, right?
Oh yes, definitely. And you know what? I being on these is awesome. So,
So tell me a little bit about the lineup this year. Last year we did, and I want to do this again. It's going to go through the different lines you guys are providing, so that people can kind of make their choice around which TV they're going to buy from Sony this year.
yeah, this year we have some really cool product. It doesn't matter who you are or where you want to put a TV, we have one for you.
Yeah.
In our beginning of our line, we have the BX series and a 320 and 420. Smaller TVs, CCFL. So they are backlit with cold cathode fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
The 320 comes in a 22 and a 32-inch size. Great for the bathroom. Hey, why not?
Everybody wants one in the bathroom, right?
Exactly. It's a 720p TV. Has
Yeah.
USB playback of photos, music, and video. Because you still might want to do that.
Right. And then that size and that form factor probably very affordable too, right?
Oh yes, very affordable.
You know?
Very affordable indeed.
Like in what range?
Don't have pricing.
Don't have pricing. Okay,
Don't
good.
have pricing.
Okay.
When we go to the next series, which is the 420 series, we go to a 40-inch television set,
Yeah.
and it's a 1080p TV. So
Okay.
everything we love there. The 520 series, this is where we start our LED line. Of course, everybody loves LED. It's thin, it's sexy. It is also where we start our networking capabilities.
Right.
So you can, with a wireless dongle or wired, you can bring the internet into your television. That gives you access to over 30 million videos on Bravo Internet Video, and that's Netflix, YouTube, audio from Slack or Pandora, DLNA capability, and how about Skype? Wouldn't that be
Yes,
cool?
please, that'd be great.
Skype on the 520 series.
Wow.
When we go from the 520 to the 620 series, we're still an Edge LED, but now we have Motion Flow 120, so you get that more smooth film-like look.
So that's ideal for like sports fans, that kind of thing?
You know
or-
what? It does great with anything.
Yeah.
Slow pan, fast pan, you're always going to get that smoother, more film-like look because we're getting rid of that judder that you normally see from film converted to video.
Okay.
When we go to the 720 series, now we go to our Motion Flow XR 240, so we're a much smoother television picture quality. We get into larger sizes, up to 60.
Right.
From there to the NX 720 series, now we have our monolithic look, and this to me, I showed it to you last year.
Yeah.
We've made some changes. The monolithic design is that smooth, flat, slab-like look, and the beauty of that is when you turn it off, you know, when your TV's in your home, when you turn it off, it's still there. It doesn't disappear,
so it's
so
still
it should look
gorgeous.
good.
Sure, of course.
And that's what it does. The glass is a little different this year. It's Gorilla Glass from Corning.
Oh, yeah, right.
So it's 30% lighter, but yet more durable.
Right, got it.
That TV is where we start our integrated Wi-Fi capability, and I have our Motion Flow XR 240 is there as well. When we go to our 820 series and the HX series, now we have a dynamic Edge lit TV. That was in the 720 series as well, my apologies. So now we have a large segment local dimming, so we can keep in areas that are dark, we can keep them darker. Areas that are bright, we keep that brightness.
So the contrast ratio is way, way better on those?
The contrast ratio on those is infinite,
All right.
because you can't measure over 1 million, and we exceed that, so we call it an infinite contrast ratio.
Right.
The next thing we always like to do, of course, is bring out our XBR, and that's the XBR HX 929, our flagship.
Yeah.
And that is a full array LED backlit. We like to call it an intelligent peak LED.
Right.
And the reason we call it that is because with small segment local dimming, we used to always bring the light down for contrast, and now we're actually able, in the bright areas, we're able to peak the light, so you get even more natural brights as well. The processor in there will improve any video content. It's what we call our X-Reality Pro engine, and it's a 3-step processor that's actually a time machine. It'll look at past frames and future frames to actually give you better resolution on the frame you're seeing now.
Forecast frames coming up? How does it do that?
Well, when we get frames from a TV, we know we're getting them at much higher quantity than you see.
Right.
Right. We're not showing them one at a time. So we're actually, I always like to say, if you could make a decision based on knowing everything from the past and everything from the future, it would be the perfect decision. Of
course.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the same thing with the picture.
Right.
Then we give you better gradation, so your colors aren't banded, and it even improves the resolution of internet video. So sometimes stuff looks great on internet video, and sometimes it's noisy. There's some things. it's going to compensate for that as well. Of course, it is Monolithic Design, and it will be available in a 46, 55, and a 65-inch TV.
Wow.
So all that XBR goodness right there. If you have a custom installation in your home, it has RS-232 and IRN.
And what do those do?
Control for Crestron, AMX, those type of products that need the RS-232 port to control your product and make it part of your automation. It can do, that's what that's for. And then you can do that with infrared as well, so now there's an infrared input.
I got it. Okay, so let me ask you 3 questions now.
Sure.
If I'm a student on a budget, which one do I buy?
I would say the XBR HX929,
I know.
but I would probably say the EX720 series.
Yeah,
it has it's a great TV, has all the internet capability. That's a really, you can get it at a good size at a good price, and it has a lot of great technology. By the way, did I happen to mention that if you have the 520 or 720 or any of the other series, if you're a student, you can make a Skype call.
Oh, Skype
there's going to be an optional camera that you can purchase. So if
right?
you're a student, you want to save money calling home, guess what? You don't need to use your computer. Maybe you're a computer genius, but your family's not. You can buy. They can buy that TV, and you can Skype call them.
That's very, very cool. Okay, good. So if you're a mom and a dad, couple of kids, you know, you have some money to spend, but you know, you don't want high end, where would you buy that?
I wouldn't be able to make that decision. Of course, my answer is always the XBR HX929. I think any of our TVs in the EX, HX line, because it's such a diverse line, there's something for everybody there. Whether it's the 820, the NX720, the EX720 series, there's something for everybody there in a good price range and a good size range as well as technology.
Okay, now let me give you this final question.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm a home theater crazy, want the best of the best. I'm going to put it in my wall. I'm going to have the best experience. I'm going to invite my friends over. I'm going to show sports. I'm going to show movies. I want 3D. What am I going to buy?
Oh, you always want our flagship.
Which is?
The XBR HX920.
I knew you were going to say that.
Always, yeah. Hey, I'm a tech guy, and you know that's not the only TV that does 3D in our line.
Sure.
That was only in our HX series and one of our NX. Now it's in the EX720 series on up. So if you wanted 3D, even you know at a different point in our line, it's even deeper in our line now, so it's more reachable for everybody.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sean.
Anytime. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
If you have any more questions, let us know.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep.
So there you go. That's the Sony TV lineup for 2011 here at CES.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/butterscotch.